What did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. It's really, what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know who that is, Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. But he also saw strength because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself, give me a break.
So do you think that this investigation of Democrats is really just a workaround for President Trump to stop the information from going forward?
I mean, look, it might be. I think at the end of the day, obviously Donald Trump is panicked. He has the power to release the files right now, today. He campaigned on releasing the Epstein files, so did the vice president. And this idea that he has no interest now in actually getting the files to the public when the survivors and the victims of Epstein are demanding it is incredibly concerning. And every American should be concerned about the treatment now that Ghislaine Maxwell is getting, someone who did monstrous actions against girls and children at the time. And so all of this points back to the White House. And why is the president covering this up? And why is he now trying to deflect a real investigation from moving forward?
Can you talk about what's happening behind the scenes with Republicans right now? It seems like there's just like an avalanche of Republicans who are coming out in favor of releasing the files.
There is. There's been a bunch today, many of whom I've been talking to over the last week or so, and I've had many private conversations with many more. I think you're going to see a very strong number of Republicans vote with Democrats. It's going to be bipartisan, and then that bill will go to the Senate. And I think the number is going to be so strong, it's going to be very difficult for the Senate to also not advance the bill. Look, all of this could end today if Donald Trump just went back to his campaign promise and released these files. And what's really disturbing is right now he's trying to deflect by cherry-picking this new investigation when we know very well that there have been hundreds of FBI agents that have worked to compile the Epstein files that currently sit at the Department of Justice. He's got to release those.
Is there, though, potentially some problematic behavior on the Democratic side as you've investigated this?
Absolutely. And I could care less if you're a Democrat, Republican, an independent, how powerful you are, how much money you have. If you have harmed women and girls, you need to be exposed, and there needs to be justice for the survivors. And I've been clear about that from day one. Whoever is in these files and the powerful men that abused, at some point, children in their lives need to be held accountable.
Do we have any idea what's actually in this file? Why is it that the president clearly so badly doesn't want this information out?
Look, we have an idea of some of the information. I'll mention the documents that have come out in the last few days that we released, which I think are pretty interesting and certainly raise a lot of questions about the relationship between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. All those documents we got from the Epstein estate. So we've been subpoenaing the estate. They've been working with us to get us documents. That pales in comparison to what the Department of Justice has. They have an enormous trove of documents, of photos, of possibly videos, and other artifacts that are critical to our investigation. And we know that if you think back and you go back to when Jeffrey Epstein was actually charged, the prosecutors in that case wanted to charge multiple men. They wanted to go after money laundering, not just sex trafficking. And instead, Jeffrey Epstein gets his sweetheart deal from Alex Acosta, who of course then goes on to become Trump's labor secretary. We need to understand, why was there this intention to go after so many other co-conspirators? The names of those men, what they did, are at the Department of Justice, and we need to expose them and get justice for all of the women now who are demanding it.
Robert Garcia, Democrat, joining us from Long Beach. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your perspective.
Thank you.
Fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.